The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Maitama Tugar, applauds the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission's strategic role in promoting Nigeria's 4D agenda of development, democracy, demography, and diaspora. Details shortly. Plus, diaspora cultural ties between Nigeria and Brazil takes a giant leap as Dabir Erewa, Wole Soyinka, and Yemi Cardoso utilize the cultural project. Get the details soon. And Nigerian returnees from Central African Republic bemoan their ordeals of being sexually abused. This story is unmissable. Stick around for details. And of course, do not forget our complimentary segment of health tips by Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas, AMPA, and our diaspora of the moment. This is your favorite show, The Diaspora, and I'm Khadija Bamali, your anchor. Please stay. Welcome back. Let's begin with the august visit of Ambassador Yusuf Tugar to NIDCOM, commending its leadership for designing and executing innovative programs that not only connect Nigerians abroad with opportunities at home, but also project Nigeria's image at the global stage.
First, let me begin by commending Honorable Abike for the wonderful work she's done in spite of all the challenges over the 6 years. I remember when we were in the House of Representatives, when she started this work on actualizing this concept that she came up with, and she stuck through and has seen it to fruition and has nurtured it in spite of challenges. So thank you for the wonderful work that you've done and that you continue to do. As the chairman has mentioned, we are here on a working visit because we have a commitment that we made to Mr. President to deliver on a performance bond that we have signed that covers the ministry and all its agencies. And each and every ministry has signed that performance bond. So it's really not a matter of just doing what we think we ought to do. No, it is clearly stipulated. These are the targets. This is what we must deliver. If we don't deliver, we'll be held responsible. So the same way the ministry will be held responsible is how we will hold agencies under our supervision also responsible. And I'm sure the agencies will also hold youth staff in their responsibility. So it cascades down. Diaspora Commission is very, very important and central to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs delivering on its own commitments vis-a-vis the performance bond. Mr. President is committed to ensuring that we expand our manufacturing base, that we expand our supply and value chains, and this is where we come back to the 4Ds, where we have democracy, development, demography, and the diaspora is so important because that is where perceptions and narratives of Nigeria are formulated. It's important for us to engage that diaspora and do what India is doing, do what Israel is doing, do what even Lebanon is doing. You know, those countries that have sizable diasporas all over the world. I urge us all to stick to it. Let us deliver. Let us, hit those targets.
The National Diaspora Merit Award, we had the 3rd edition this year. We did that to celebrate our brothers and sisters, not because they are doing well abroad, but because they are doing things back home. So for those who get the Merit Award, it's more of what are you doing in your country? And I'm proud that the federal government of Nigeria has asked us to nominate 4 from the Diaspora Merit Awardees to get national honors. So we give them the list, they select any 4 that they think should get national honors. So we're glad that the diaspora are being recognized at home. Of course, we have our challenges, Honorable Minister, which I always disturb you about every time I see you. Lack of funds. But the big thing is we need a space where we can host the diaspora, where they can come to, where they can engage, where they can, just be at home. We just love the home and abroad to help them with housing. We can't say we have the best all over the world and not be able to tap into those enormous human resources that we have as Nigerians in the diaspora. So our message to them, and they're doing it. They're coming home. They're doing a lot of things. Thank you for the swift intervention in Ghana. We're in touch with our brothers and sisters there. And thank you for the swift intervention in Central African Republic within 48 hours. So the diaspora, they have someone they can call. They have a place to go to. They feel that the government appreciates them. I want to thank you, Honourable Minister, for your leadership. I want to thank you for the support you've given the Commission. And we're going to ask for much more support and work better with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We haven't had issues working with the ministry so far. I will thank you very much for this August visit, and we look forward to, we're still your newest baby, Honourable Minister.
On the sidelines of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's state visit to Brazil, a cultural project meant to reconnect historic African diaspora, second and third generation diaspora, just like the Badagry Door of Return Festival, promoted by the Lagos State government. Nigerians in Diaspora Commission and strategic partners was held in Brasilia.
Africa is home.
África é casa.
And we want to welcome you back home.
E eu gostaria de trazê-los de volta e dizer bem-vindos à casa.
And particularly to Nigeria and of course Senegal.
E particularmente sobre a Nigéria e, claro, como mencionou aqui a embaixadora Senegal.
Imagine now coming home to
Então,
see exactly how all this happened. It's not about any regret. It's not about being angry about the past.
Não é sobre ficar chateado ou com raiva do passado.
It's about celebrating what our future can be if we work together.
É sobre celebrar o que o nosso futuro pode ser juntos como irmãos e irmãs.
So this door, and by the time you walk that door, it's a beautiful event. I can't even describe it. We'll receive you as kings and queens, which you all are. As Africans anywhere in the world.
Essa
we are
porta,
kings, we are
então,
queens.
nós vamos receber vocês como que vocês são, reis e rainhas africanas.
We have to show that together.
Nós temos que mostrar que juntas.
Imagine Brazil, Nigeria working together.
Imagina Brasil e Nigéria trabalhando juntos.
We can change the world.
Nós podemos mudar o mundo.
And it began today with President Lula and
E nós começamos hoje com a visita do presidente Bola Tinubu ao presidente Lula.
Showing that leadership of two powerful leaders.
Onde dois poderosos líderes
from two continents.
De dois continentes.
And particularly the fact that we can now fly directly from Brazil to Lagos excites me very much.
When I began to curate the Black Heritage Festival in Lagos, this is one of the first things that I placed before the then governor of Lagos State.
Quando eu comecei a fazer a curadoria do Festival Negro em Lagos, essa foi uma das primeiras coisas que eu imaginei.
I said, let's behave at least along the lines of something useful from these people. Let's get a boat.
Vamos pelo menos então usar alguma coisa útil dessas pessoas que estão por aí brigando. Vamos pedir a eles um navio.
Let's use the opportunity to reverse a history of humiliation, of disdain, of developmental retardation, of denial of spirituality. Let me just summarize by saying that the Orisha will be in full triumphant display. The Orisha left by water. They came with the slaves.
Os orixás, eles saíram através da água e vieram no corpo dos escravizados.
So let them, the traditional ones, come and join
Então, por
their
favor,
modernistic representation, the new evocations, and so on. Let us actually see and enjoy, the genius
então, por
of the
favor,
African continent, which has undergone such really scrofulous, the only word I can use, adaptation. That's it in a nutshell. As I simply could not miss the opportunity of the two presidents at two important axial ends, Brazil and Lagos, axial ends. Couldn't miss the opportunity of coming here to remind them that time and time again, the presidents of Nigeria and of Brazil have promised help in making this project happen.
When we talk about similarity, in Nigeria, especially in Lagos,
quando a gente fala sobre similaridades na Nigéria e especialmente em Lagos,
like I said, there are Brazilian communities comprising of descendants of Africans who returned to Africa after the abolition of the slave trade in Brazil. For example, Bahian cuisine, acará.
Por exemplo, foi preservado a cozinha baiana como o acará.
Festival of Our Senhor do Bonfim, a celebration.
Lá em Lagos acontece o Festival do Senhor do Bonfim.
A celebration honoring the patron saint of Bahia, Brazil. Carnival is not just in Brazil. The Brazilian community in Lagos also hold carnival.
The Legislative Chamber of the Federal District, as proposed by Representative Gabriel Magno, grants the present praise to Wole Soyinka in celebration of the ties of friendship and brotherhood between Brazil and Nigeria. The Legislative Chamber of the Federal District, as proposed by Representative Gabriel Magno, grants this award of praise to Olayemi Cardoso in celebration of the ties of friendship and brotherhood between Brazil and Nigeria.
Neste momento, o senhor deputado Gabriel Magno entrega placa de homenagem ao excelentíssimo senhor presidente da República da Nigéria, Bola Tinubu.
Representative Gabriel Magno now gives this award to the President of the Central Bank of Nigeria. President of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu.
And now to the chilling story. We were sexually abused by our Chinese employers in Central African Republic, CAR, as rescued Nigerian workers lament. Take a listen.
Some time ago, we were invited to Central Africa by a company which I've just mentioned their name in my name, Deneco Erago, to go and perform some services. I and some 15 workers. Due to some complications, we were abandoned. And when we were abandoned, what gave rise to this media and international crisis was that, to our surprise, all the Chinese were evacuated and were left behind. That is why we now say, okay, let us call the attention of the country that we are somewhere, we are stranded, and we are helpless because the place was a rebel and dangerous place to work from. At a particular time, when we were working there, they gave us hope that if we continue working, when they start working, they are going to pay us our salary and all our entitlements. So we had patience. We faced a lot of challenges. At a particular time, we were arrested by the authorities. We were beaten with planks. And after we were released, we were taken to that forest. And we worked tirelessly every day. Sometimes inside the rain, inside the sun, we don't care. Then, only for our employers to deny us our payments. So when that went on, we were still patient until the work stopped. And when the work stopped, they said we should remain in the bush there. To our surprise, they evacuated 4 Chinese. And I went to the commandant, the military there, that they should not allow the people to evacuate the 2 remaining 2 Chinese. That if they left, they would not care for us again. Then they came for another Chinese, they took him away to Bangui. And when they wanted to do that, some of us who have been agitating to come back to Nigeria, demanding for our passport for almost 4 months, wanted to follow the truck. But they were intimidated with rifles and you know the way soldiers operate. So we have to hang back. There are some details I left out, very tiny details, and I want this to be on the record. There are some things, there are some negligence that happened there. If we don't put it to Nigerians now, it can repeat itself. For example now, I know I may not be very, very conversant with Nigerian law, but some of us were homosexually molested by Chinese.
In Bangui.
Let me repeat it.
Say it where? In Bangui?
Yeah, in the site there.
The site.
And they are in Nigeria now, and they were unjustly relieved of their duty when they complained. I'm talking about 3 Nigerians and 1 Cameroonians. So all these things now, at least if let the activities of these investors at least be investigated sometimes. If not so, if that continues, like for what I'm saying, that the person that molested this our Nigerian people now has gone back to China. If he goes there, tell his Chinese friends that you can come to Africa, molest them sexually.
Can you tell us what you mean by sexually molesting?
No, homosexual.
Homosexually molesting.
Well, we sympathize with you, and sorry about the experiences we went through, but that's why you have us here at the Nigerian Diaspora Commission. We're going to take it up. Particularly, you know, the experience you went through is inhumane. It's inhuman. So we'll see the reps here, and we'll take it up as much as we can. I thank Mr. President for, you know, always saying no Nigerian must suffer for any reason. So welcome home.
At John's Foundation, we are dedicated to upholding justice and human rights principles. We regularly challenge ourselves to take steps towards ensuring that our treatment of society's most vulnerable persons, just as yourselves in the circumstances you've experienced, emphasizes compassion, fairness, and belief in rehabilitation. We know that the journey you've been on has been challenging, and we want to acknowledge the incredible strength and resilience you have shown in finding your way back home.
I, on behalf of all my colleagues, say a big thank you to the organization, Charles Foundation, who gave us this gift to start up something, and at least to give us a hope that we have not been forgotten by Nigerians. Then we want to say a big thank you to His Excellency, our president, a wonderful president. His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, and what this no, not become foreign affairs minister, the ambassador for America. I want to say thank you. Then I want to use this medium to tell Nigerians, confession. I am one of those who used to criticize Nigeria so much. Please let everybody have a change of heart. Nigeria is very, very great. If you have not gone there, Yoruba will say, please, let's be a lesson for all of us. Nigeria is very great. Thank you very much.
Let's take a short break. The Diaspora continues shortly. Welcome back now to our health tips segment with Ampar Doctor.
So according to UNICEF, WHO, and multiple other breastfeeding organizations, there are so many benefits to breastfeeding. I actually like to call breast milk, liquid gold. It is that valuable. It is very important to try to initiate breastfeeding as early as 1 hour from birth for those who do breastfeed, and this can really help combat, childhood malnutrition. In the entire world, over 500,000 children are malnourished, and do not receive enough food, breast milk can help reduce that gap, along with providing benefits to decrease the risk of malnutrition.
Now, over to our diaspora of the moment.
Our diaspora of the moment is Adebayo Bayo O Ogunlesi, CON, born on December 20th, 1953, in Makun, Shagamu, Ogun State, Nigeria. Ogunlesi hails from an academically accomplished family. His father, Theophilus Oladipo Ogunlesi, was Nigeria's first professor of medicine at the University of Ibadan. Ogunlesi attended King's College in Lagos before pursuing a degree in philosophy, politics, and economics at Oxford University, graduating with honors. He furthered his education at Harvard University, earning both a Juris Doctor, JD, from Harvard Law School, London, and a Master of Business Administration, MBA, from Harvard Business School. He joined Credit Suisse First Boston, CSFB, where he rose to become the head of global investment banking and later served as chief client officer and executive vice chairman. Global Infrastructure Partners, GIP. In 2006, Ogunlesi founded Global Infrastructure Partners, a private equity firm specializing in infrastructure investments. Under his leadership, GIP managed over $100 billion in assets, including significant holdings in airports, ports, and energy infrastructure. Acquisition by BlackRock. In 2024, BlackRock acquired GIP for $12.5 billion, marking a significant expansion into infrastructure investments for the asset management giants. Post-acquisition, Ogunlesi became a senior managing director at BlackRock and joined its global executive committee and board of directors. As an investment banker and entrepreneur renowned for his influential role in global finance and infrastructure investments, he is also the recipient of the International Center in New York's Award of Excellence. Ogunlesi was cited as one of the top 100 most influential Africans by New African magazine in 2019. Congratulations, Adebayo Ogunlesi. We celebrate you as our diaspora of the moment.
That does it for this week. Keep it next week for another interesting episode of your favorite show, The Diaspora. I remain Khadija Bomali. Stay positive.